so that I can share with you this little thing that I put together. I'm sure you saw me talk about it on the Facebook or email. Chromebooks just caught my eye. I saw this thing from Google, and they said, by the way, we looked at I think they said they had 500 million Chromebooks or something that they had sold. And they said, we did the research and we found that of our 500 million Chromebooks that we've sold, none of them have reportedly been involved in malware attacks. That's a pretty big claim to make. Or I think they said ransomware attacks, ransomware. So any thoughts on, number one, on that report? They said none of them have reported to be involved. Okay, they didn't say none of them are involved. They said they have reported to be involved. Okay, that's number one. You got to listen for the exact specifics of what's being claimed. None of them have been reported to be involved in ransomware. Any ideas why that may be the case? Anybody? And do you think it's true? Cool. Who has owned a Chromebook? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Harminder.
Okay. You say none of them is report. So what is the reason? It means that nobody know about that. Nobody know about that. What is going on in the Chromebook? So that's why.
Oh, you think it's because people don't know how to hack Chromebooks? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think.
That could be a valid assumption. Anybody else? Thoughts?
What I think it could possibly what false negatives. Maybe they're not picking it up, possibly, or yeah, or when it does happen, someone else doesn't report it to them, so doesn't really have an accurate number from their perspective.
Has anyone here owned a Chromebook? I have. I've had two. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Chromebooks so that we can all get smarter. Chromebooks are based on a Linux kernel, all right? And so we go back to Linux again. Why is Linux such a wonderful operating system? Because it's free. So that's the main reason. Have you ever bought yourself a laptop and then looked at how much the Microsoft license for the operating system is? It's like it adds like $100 to the price just because it runs Microsoft Windows. So it runs on what's called Chrome OS. And that sounds very similar to the Chrome browser because it is the Chrome browser. It's the Chrome browser with a built-in media player, and that's pretty much what Chrome OS is. You get all your apps through the Google Play Store. It also allows you to run Linux or Android on Chromebooks. You can use a Chromebook to run Linux. Here's the scary thing. Since they were introduced in 2011, I believe, 2011, they have captured 10.8% of the global market share. Chromebooks. There are more Chromebooks out there than there are Apple Macintoshes. Think about it. And they have 60% penetration in schools. More schools run Chromebooks than any other operating system. Why do you think that is? Just something to think about. I don't need an answer. And then according to Google, like they said in their little ad that I put out, they claim 0%, and I think it was ransomware. Some of the major features, Chromebooks are less expensive. If you go to Walmart and look at the Chromebooks side by side with a Windows system, they're roughly $100 to $150 cheaper. That may not sound like much, but imagine you have to buy 40 of them for your school. You have to buy 100 of them for your school. You're talking a significant difference in what you have to pay. They're less complicated. They boot faster. Why? Because they're less complicated. They have less stuff to throw in before the operating system becomes useful. All of the installations are managed through the Google Chrome Store. I'm sorry, I think it's called Google Play Store, or through Chrome extensions. Again, Chromebooks can run Chrome extensions. The support right now, it didn't used to be this way, but the support is the day you purchase it plus 10 years. Imagine if you're rolling out something for your school. What happened to the Windows 7 workstations that had to go to Windows 8, that had to go to Windows 10, that had to go to Windows 11? And oh, by the way, the systems that are running Windows 11 now are not the same ones that could run Windows 7. You had to upgrade your hardware along the way. If you do Chromebooks, you may not have to do that. It could save you a lot of money. The systems boot faster, they're simpler, they have controlled things that can be either loaded directly or side-loaded, if any of you have heard of side-loading. They're just pretty helpful operating systems. But if you notice down at the bottom, they work best when they're connected to the internet and somebody's logged in using Google. That's their main purpose. Well, most of us have Gmail accounts, which means that we could log in to Google. And most of us stay on the internet a lot, so a Chromebook might work for you. So ask yourself, is there a value in Chromebooks? Now, for most of us, we definitely should go back to the books and study these. We should look for vulnerabilities. We should look for strengths. But I would say that one of the most significant reasons why a Chromebook may not work for you is that it won't load Microsoft apps. It won't. It can't load Microsoft apps without, I think they've come up with some emulators or those sorts of things, but natively, you can't put, AutoCAD on a Chromebook. So if your organization, let's say you've got an entry control system for your front doors and it runs on Microsoft, you can't run it on your Chromebook. Can't. You would have to have, even if somebody made the decision that everybody gets Chromebooks except this group because they're running the entry control software for our buildings, so they have to run Microsoft, those sorts of things. There are considerations, but if, let's say you have a family and you have a kid that goes to school and they're running Chromebooks all day long at school, they might be very happy running a Chromebook at home. It would be less expensive for your family to do that. And also, it keeps your kids in what they feel most comfortable using. They use it at school, come home and use it at home. Possible. It's valuable for you to learn. I'll just say that. Okay? Make sense? I just wanted to share that with you because it is a niche market, but it is growing. It really is. Any questions? Thoughts? Wow, y'all are quiet today. So Nermin, are you ready to do your thing?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make you the presenter.
Okay, and I will share my screen.
There you go.
Okay.
Can I ask the question about the topic? Sorry, Norman.
No, go ahead. No worries.
Yeah, Scotty, I wanted to ask that if we are talking about cybersecurity of these Chromebooks, are we need to be professional in Go language? So, are they all done in the Go language? And in order to secure it, do we need to know that?
I think you need to be aware of the Google Chromebooks because your CEO one of these days may say, I keep hearing about these Chromebooks. Do you think they're a good idea? And it should not catch you by surprise when you're asked. So the reason I brought it up is Google is making some pretty heavy claims, and somebody may say, huh, we could probably save a lot of money on our cybersecurity budget because we don't have to worry about ransomware. So I'm just trying to get you mentally ahead of your CEO so that when he or she makes that question, you have a little bit of knowledge in the area. That's all. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying that it's something that you very well could be asked. I'll give you another real quick example. I have been on several presidential transitions. In other words, when the United States has an election and they elect a new president, the whole new cabinet comes in and everybody changes over from the, let's say, the Democrats to the Republicans or the Republicans to the Democrats, and everybody changes in the course of one day, the federal government. So, you know, our Secretary of whatever, you know, let's say Homeland Security, is this person one day and this person the next day. So the new person comes in and they have all sorts of ideas and, oh, I want to do this. One of the biggest questions we always get asked, always at every presidential transition, where's my Mac? Why? Because they use it at home. Where's my Mac? Well, we don't support Macs here. Well, I want you to. I'm the Secretary of Homeland Security. Get me a Mac. You know, so you have to be prepared to have that conversation. And somebody is going to bring up the conversation for Chromebooks, especially because Google is advertising that Chromebooks are going to save you malware costs. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Makes sense, Kate?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Nermin.
Okay. So do you see my screen, my Linux terminal?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Yeah, so hello everyone. Yeah, so I'm going to talk today about the Social Engineering Toolkit. It is an open source driven, Python-driven tool used for penetration testing and social engineering. So this tool has a lot of those useful features that you can use for penetration testing, test your network and create different types of cyber attacks. For example, spear phishing, so attack vector. So you can create phishing emails to defraud particular person or organization. Website attack. So today we are going to do a website attack method, by the way. So you can use that one to clone website to get login passwords and other sensitive information. So there are a lot of those different features that you can use. You can use to create malicious devices such as USB, CDs, DVDs. So, and after that, I will just explain how we can prevent those phishing attacks. So as you can see, so this is the Social Engineering Toolkit, open source software. As I mentioned, the main of this tool, the main purpose of this tool is social engineering attacks and penetration testing. So today we are going to do some social engineering attack, and I will just start like so. We'll open social engineering attack menu, and as you can see here from the menu, we have different types of social engineering attacks. Again, spear phishing attack vectors, web attack vectors, create a payload and listener, a lot of different things. So we are going to do website attack vector, this one here. So open website attack vector. And so now they're asking us like what kind of website attack vector we want to use. And again, here's the menu. So, and it says different types of website attack vectors. And today we are going to do credential harvest attack. It's called credential harvest attack or phishing attack. And this is basically you can duplicate copies of website to trick someone to entering their login credentials. And I will open that one too. I'm sorry, that was number 3, credential harvest attack method. Yep. And now we have more features regarding credential harvest attack method. And as you can see again, here's the menu. So options, what we can do with this attack. So we have web templates. So today we will do a web template because it's really easy and fast. But you can also clone some website, and it's really easy. All you need let's say you want to clone Amazon.com. You just need the URL, and the tool will create the same login Amazon login page. You can also customize a web page, so you can just do whatever you want to do, like to look like original or whatever you want, to make. So, but again, today we'll do web template number 1. Okay, and then now they're asking us like what kind of web template we want to use. So we can use Twitter, for example. So you just create like a fake Twitter login page, but I will do Google actually. And so now the tool is kind of running, and I already so this means that we have to now create a malicious link that will lead users to fake Google login page. I already did that because it takes a little bit time, and I will show you quickly. Okay, do you see my email here? My email page?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I just created a malicious link and I sent that link to my testing email. to myself, like, and as you can see, so I just created this. It says you can check it out here. So kind of click here. So this is like phishing email. Of course, like I didn't do anything special. I just sent the malicious link. But so this is what you get from malicious actors. Like, so you get something like saying, hey, you just earned like Amazon voucher for $200. Like, yes, click here, check it out, or something like that. So I didn't have time for that, but I just sent maliciously. And as you can see, like when I click on the link, it leads me to Google login page, and this is just fake email. Thank you for @gmail.com, and I will type password, stealing my password. Thank you for stealing my password. And click OK. So nothing happened. We go back to the tool, and as you can see, it says, let me first hide this again. And it says here, right here, it says possible username field found. Email thank you for @gmail.com, and it says password, stealing my password. So that's it. It's very simple. That's how those threat actors still uses credentials like username and password. And again, so you can do all the types of attack, and regarding like website attack method, you can clone the page. And I did last night, like it takes a little bit time, but I did with the Twitter, and it's really interesting. It's same thing. You click on the malicious link, and it opens fake Twitter login page, and you type in your credentials, and as soon as you hit the enter, it will actually refresh the browser and connect you to the original, the real,
right.
the Twitter login page. And you might get a little bit confused, but you will say, oh yeah, that's okay. Let's type it again. Something happened. And you will not even notice that you already give to someone your username and password. Then the person will go back and see again here your username and password. So now I can talk a little bit what are some of the best cyber hygiene practices in order to prevent the phishing attacks. So as you know, like you already, all of you work like in industry, and I cannot say every company, but I know most of companies, organizations, they provide security awareness training. So pay attention to security awareness training, because during those trainings, like they talk a lot about phishing attacks, social engineering. That's the number one attack in cyber industry. So that's because it's, I guess, one of the easiest way to trick someone to download malicious link, to download malware, to go to fake web page, or it's easy. All you need to do is like just like this, like create some malicious web page, link, send to someone, trick someone to click on it, and boom, you're in. So the next thing I would say, and regarding security awareness training, you can always educate yourself by just Googling. Just Google. Go to Google, cybersecurity awareness training. How can I prevent phishing attacks? How can I avoid phishing emails? How can I recognize? There are like a bunch of those articles, YouTube videos, blogs that you can read from cybersecurity practitioners who create those videos, and giving you even like live demonstration how can avoid those types of attacks. Then again, be on the lookout for phishing scams. That's also part of education. Educate yourself. Uh, don't click on links or download attachments. So here's what I do. Uh, usually, uh, let me just go back. So when I get some link or whatever, I never click. I never click. Even I know I got, I don't know, from Kate. She just called me and she said, hey, I send you the link so you can click on the link and log in, our website. So let's say our website, it's amazon.com. I will close this email and go to uh, official web page, Amazon official web page. Uh, and you can always, if you want to double check, you can always check connection. It says connection is secure, certificate is valid, and then you can check the certificate. So it says issued on Monday, November 27, 2023, expires on Monday, November 11. You always look for HTTP secure. That's the one of the most important thing. Like you can see here, this one should be, if I'm not wrong, it should be HTTP running port 80 unsecure port instead port 443. So that's the first thing that I would do. Like I never click. So even my brother send me something, I go and find official link, official website. I know sometimes it's so hard because sometimes those links will connect you to some specific server or something else, like someone from financial department say like, oh, here's the link. You click on the link and you will log in into corporation network, and then you can sign those documents. So you cannot go to Google that, of course. So in that case, I always double check who sent the link. Even give a call. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid. I know you might like look like stupid person. Like someone will say like, what's going on? Like I just send you email. You know me. I'm Michael, your core worker. Like, we spoke about this. But again, call Michael and say, hey, Michael, I just received the email from you with the link. Like, and we spoke about this. I have to log in corporate network and sign those documents. Did you just send me like a couple of minutes ago the link? And he will say yes or no. We'll say like, no, I sent you like 2 days ago, or I don't know, like I didn't send you, like I was on the phone. So, and the next thing you can do, use this. I think it's called Firestore. Yeah. Let me just go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so use this website. It's called Firestore. So here you can check URL, IP address, domain, even file. You can search for malicious files, URLs like websites. So as you can see, URL, you can just like, whatever. Let's just, copy Amazon and go back to Firestore and put here and paste. Okay, it says HTTPS. Okay, secure. And let's see what happened. And so yeah, so this website will kind of like scan website and give you, like the report, like, and as you can see here, like it has like a lot of those tools for checking the URL, like for example, malware.com URL checker clean. It says open fish clean, as you can see, and you can also put a file. I actually created a malicious file. I was going to show you, but actually it's a Windows malicious file, so I will not be able to run that file on my Linux system. But you can do the same thing. You can choose the file and check. So yeah, you get the email from the link from Michael. You call Michael, and then you copy the link. Don't click on the link. Don't open the link. Copy the link again. Double check. So that doesn't mean that you don't trust to your coworker or you think something bad about him. It's just like checking, double check, because we all know about business email compromise. So those people can compromise your email or Michael's email and pretend to be Michael. So you can get email from Michael saying, "Hey, it's Michael. Here's the link we spoke today about." And again, he can always find out about those conversations, like going through Michael's emails, right?
Yep.
And then you get email from fake Michael. So that's why you go here. For example, you can go to other website, but VirusToll is used by well-known cybersecurity professionals in the United States. So I found that many of those well-known people in this industry using VirusToll. So that's why I'm suggesting using this one, but you can use any of those. So yeah, you go to check the URL. If possible, I know not everyone is running Windows 11 Pro, but if you're running Windows 11 Pro and you have a Sandbox, and Sandbox, we already spoke about this, but I will just mention again, it's a virtual computer. So it's virtual operating system designed for those types of phishing emails or malwares, whatever you want to run inside the virtual box. So when you open a Sandbox, you can open VirusToll, check there. You can click on the link. You can download malware, and whatever happens, it happens inside the Sandbox. So it will not, affect your system or your original operating system, Windows 11. Once you close the Sandbox, everything will be gone. So it's like kind of secure, safe, offline environment. So you can, if you're running Windows 11 Pro. So I do. So when I get those links, I copy those links and I open them in Sandbox. I use VirusToll to check. The next thing, you can also use some email security and anti-phishing tools, such as like antivirus, anti-malware software, use a firewall, install a web browser toolbar or some extension that protects against well-known phishing websites. Those tools will not prevent like phishing attacks, but they will for sure reduce those types of attacks. And anyway, use everything that you can use, all like sources, like all those like security tools. Like I'm running not everything, of course, but I have a lot of those things, like running like 3 types of antivirus software, and I don't know. And use a strong password and multi-factor authentication. And when I say strong password, I know people and I know it's really hard. Like you have like 40, 50 accounts. There is no way that you can remember 40, 50 passwords. At least I cannot do it, even like 5, not 40. So use password manager and create those passwords, like at least, if it's possible, at least 16 characters. And of course, combine symbols, numbers, letters, phrases. So, and MFA is something, in my opinion, it's one of the best tools nowadays. And again, so multi-factor authentication, we all of us know what is MFA, but in this case where I received a malicious email and I clicked and I put my email and my password, and someone already got my email and my password, they will still not be able to log into my account because they will need the other factor of authentication, and it's usually a code sent to your email, to your like as a text message to your phone, or even better, if you can use because still it's good, like it's better something than nothing. Like, so you receive email with a code and the person will not be able to log in. But if your email is compromised, or if the threat actor have control over your phone, like you all heard about SIM swapping. It means like when someone get control over your phone and they can receive those messages, then you might be in trouble. And of course, those malicious actors, they know about that. so and especially when they like doing something really big, they plan everything. They know they have to get the access to your email. They know that they have to get access to your phone, and they will do it. They will do everything that requires in order to compromise your system or your website or your email or whatever. So you can use some authenticator application like Google Authenticator. So use that one. That's really good. Because even though they get control over your phone, they cannot get control over your apps. So in order to do that, they have to have the phone in their hands and click on the app. And for now, I don't know other solutions, but for now, I think this is the best way. So and I know not every website or company like provides MFA, and especially not options like to using app authenticator, but whenever it's possible, do it. So you go to log in here, and it will say like enter your code, and you go to your cell phone or whatever tablet, and you open your, for example, Google Authenticator, and you read the code, and you type in code, and the code's changing like every 10 or a few seconds. So you can use it only once, and you have to be quick. So you type the code and you log in. So that's like makes very hard for those bad people to compromise your system. So MFA is something must be used everywhere. So any account, and don't say like, this is my Starbucks account. It doesn't matter. It's nothing important. No, use MFA everywhere. And then, of course, do updates, do patches, update system, patch the system and browser. And finally, we talk about this every Saturday, and it's one of the most important things: report phishing scams and become human firewall. When you report those bad guys, you become a human firewall. So you become a live firewall, a person who protects other innocent people, especially people who don't know how to deal with those types of attacks. Yeah, that will be kind of all. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me.
Excellent. Thank you, Nermin.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. And I will just stop sharing the screen, and you can ask.
Anyone have questions?
Yeah, I have. Nermin, you mentioned that we can prepare ourselves, but do you think that any website can resist or do something to prevent this copying and this?
I think yes. And you know what I know? That's a really good question. So yesterday I spent like almost 10 hours like playing with this set toolkit, and I was trying to clone some web pages from well-known websites like like I don't know, Amazon, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and it didn't let me. I mean, I'm not saying this is the best tool, but for example, I wasn't able, and I was checking and doing some research, and I figure out that they might have something behind their like some kind of system or like software running and kind of trying to recognize that. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I'm not expert, but like can recognize that someone is trying to use URL, secure URL, like to create like the same web page. I think so. But again, it's a great tool, but there are like a lot of different tools and a lot of those skilled people who can even do better than this. This is I don't know how can I categorize this, but people can write their own script, like they can program and do some other things and still like create like I don't know Twitter, clone the Twitter login page and make to look like almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Anyone else?
Thank you, Nermin. That was cool. I don't have a question, but that was a really nice demonstration.
Thank you.
Yeah. And here's the scary thing. How much is that SET toolkit?
It's free.
And who can use it? Who can download it?
Everyone. That's the thing. Like
anybody.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, and so it can be like good person, bad person. Those threat actors. Like, so everyone is using this, and for us might be, like we might because we are in this kind of industry, and we might like easily recognize those types of attacks. But like some people, like some old person, like some grandma who doesn't know, like, and can easily be tricked, like to click on the link and just type her Chase username and
right
and password, and if there is no MFA, so they will be able to log in her account, and just transfer funds to somewhere else. It's very simple.
Excellent. Thank you, Nermin. That was wonderful. Okay, we've got a little time over. Anybody have any last minute words or anything? Big thank you, Nermin. If anybody else wants to, demonstrate or anything like Nermin did, please give me a date that you want to do it, and I will put you on the calendar. Easy. This is what I've learned. This is what I've found. That's that you can be helpful for the others as well. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Y'all too.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Have a wonderful one.